today we're playing Sifu, and there's a reason for that. Some of you guys may relate to this. Maybe you will think I'm crazy. And man, get in line, you know what I'm saying? For me, the holiday season just is something that's very hard to get through. And it always happens about the week or two before Halloween. And basically the week of Halloween is when I really start freaking out. I really start acting really weird. You know, obviously I don't know exactly whether it be anxiety and a multitude of things, but it's just I want to retreat as much as I can. And so for like the last 7-8 years, maybe decade, I don't know, every year pretty much progresses worse, where I just kind of retreat during the holiday season and I pop back up at the end of January. I hibernate. I kind of call it hibernating, but I'm talking like hardcore. You don't hear from me, even if you text me, right? There's only a few people that I'd probably respond to, but I hibernate, and I just try to get through the holidays as fast as possible, because the holidays just reflect pain for me. And so it's hard for me to get through these. Now, the last couple years, with back to the basics, you know, I learned to love the tradition again, you know, Christmas and the holidays, and everything was very, very positive. But unfortunately, you know, that isn't here anymore. So it's just a hard season for me personally. And I bring that up because I'm now streaming and, you know, trying to make content, you know, time, you know, permitting, and everything, every fiber of my being is just at every waking hour is telling me to retreat, to fall back, to, you know, go into my shell, to withdraw, to run away. And it's like that daily struggle. It's the war, the nostalgia war I always talk about. Every day's a battle, and those days add up, and that's a war. And so every day it's like this new struggle, this new battle, this new fight to try to be more courageous, to be bolder, and to not retreat, not to fall back, not to pull back, and to you know, to try to stand out more, to try to be out there, put myself out there a little bit more. And I feel like I've been doing really good with that, but this is the first holiday season since everything has changed, back to the basics. So I'm on this journey alone, and it's just weird. And I picked Sifu today for a specific reason, because I kind of feel lost right now. I kind of feel defeated in many aspects of my life. And Sifu is a game that came out in 2022, and it is a martial arts game, and it is a story about a young boy who basically sees his father die, and his father's like, you know, a Sifu, is a kung fu master. And basically this young boy grows up with a chip on his shoulder. He's seeking revenge, and so he studies martial arts. You know, this is all just kind of, you'll see in the very beginning of the game. Basically, it's a story of revenge. He wants revenge to kill his father's killer, seek revenge for justice, and all of these themes, traditional kung fu kind of story. But Sifu is a very deep experience. When you get to know me, you'll see me bring up constant themes of balance, of like duality, of chaos, life, and the balance, and just a lot of those themes mean a lot to me. I see it in everything. Its duality is everywhere if you look deep enough for it. But the themes of Sifu is why I kind of wanted to come back and play this game. I bought it the day it released. I had been eyeballing this game for years, and I felt like this game was going to be something that I've always wanted. a very deep martial arts experience. But what I did not know it was going to give me is a lesson, you know, a life lesson about growth, about vengeance, and about forgiveness. The deep aspect about Sifu is you are beating everybody up. You're seeking revenge. You're fighting these bosses and you're killing them, right? They got a health gauge and you're punching people. And the first thing you think about is to just to beat them, defeat them, destroy them, right? Because they're in your way to your goal, right? And what the game never tells you is that there is a alternative ending, and the game never explains how to achieve that. Well, obviously the internet, people share it. To get the true ending of Sifu, a young man that as you die in the game, you age. That's the gimmick of this game. Every time you die, you get older. And as you get older, you get wiser, but weaker. Right? And it is a perfect reflection of life. The way Slowcap, the developers, fit in this amazing narrative of growth, of human growth and forgiveness is, as you play through the game, instead of beating the bosses, killing them, defeating them, actually physically beating them, you can wear them down. There's like a pacifistic, is that a word? Pacifistic? To be a pacifist, basically you can show them like forgiveness, I guess. Now, I've never done this, but I do know this about the game. I kind of been thinking about all of these themes and stuff like that, and I've been quite lost with myself here on the channel about what I wanted to stream as far as video games. And I thought, you know, right now, every fiber in my body is telling me not to go live, not to hit record, not to work on anything, not to edit, nothing. Just hide, right? Hide, run, flight or fight, right? Fight or flight is that anxiety. I need a game to ground me. I need something I can focus on to ground me. And I immediately thought of Sifu. I never beat this game. The one thing everybody knows about this game is it is unwaveringly difficult. Is that right? Unwaveringly? It's insanely difficult. The difficulty is crazy, and the game forces you to die, to lose, to be defeated and try again. This is baked into the overarching message of what this game is, that through life you're gonna get beat up, you're gonna lose. Even though we are on a pursuit to seek revenge, to murder, in the pursuit of justice, we become what we're trying to destroy, a murderer, right? Because that's the, you know, that's the ending of Sifu. Basically, you kill the killer, and what do you become? Would your father, who you're seeking revenge for, would your father want his son to become a murderer just because he was murdered? And so you have all these questions, and you can really reflect into your own life and your own decisions that you have made, and kind of, at least I have, and I can really resonate with this character, even though there's not a lot to the story. Very generic, very broad, but I feel like every human could relate to feeling defeated, trying again, and getting knocked down over and over and over and over and over, but still getting back up. No matter how old we become, how weak we become, we still stand back up. You know, like the Captain America, I could do this all day, right? And so I was like, with all of these themes in mind, it would be a perfect time to showcase this game on the channel, to talk about these things. I'm a bit of an open book, right? Some chapters are redacted, but I'm a bit of an open book, and I think sometimes it is good to talk about some of these things because I can't speak in absolutes and say we all go through these things, but I would assume most of us humans, man, there's some bots out there. I don't know if they go through it, but most of us humans will go through these things in life. You know, Thanksgiving is coming up, and Thanksgiving is always the hardest for me. And so I was like, I need to really get back into discipline. What better place in martial arts, right? The art of war, getting back into the dojo, focusing on discipline, focusing on showing up every day. And no matter if it's the best or the worst thing I produce, create, or put my energy into, I gave it a chance. I gave it a shot. You know what I'm saying? I showed up and, you know, I was there. And so here I am, my friends. Sasquatch says in the chat, it's good to see you. We also can't forget seasonal affective disorder is a thing. The holidays, yeah, they suck. But I feel like I've turned a new leaf in the last few years with Back to the Basics. Really, you know, the people who raised us, our mothers and fathers and brothers and sisters who instilled the traditions that made all of these memories so wonderful, nostalgic, and loving, you know, because they're not here anymore, the traditions pretty much dissipate. And that's my experience. And what I have learned as an adult, as a man, what I've learned in the last few years is you have to pick up that mantle and continue to create those traditions for not only yourself, but to your loved ones, for those around you in your life, your friends and your family, you know. And some people may reject it, some people may not be into it, but you got to be open to allow others, you know, into that tradition or that season or that celebration. I think, you know, it's the holidays, we celebrate things. Got to stick to the foundation, because the foundation of Back to the Basics and the Nostalgia Wars is honor the past, celebrate the present, and inspire the future. So celebrating the present, that, I mean, you know, that's holidays. That's getting together and celebrating. So I wanted to not only challenge myself playing a hard game I know I probably can't beat. Probably never will beat this game. I gotta say, like, I played this day one. It's too hard. It's some motherfuckers are always gonna ice skate uphill, right? That's what I feel like when I play this game. There's no point to it because I can't beat it. It's too hard. But that's the point, to continuously get knocked down. So why do we fall, Bruce? So we can learn to pick ourselves back up. And that's what we're doing today, my friends.
1, 2, 3.